Good morning, good afternoon, and of course, good evening, and welcome to episode 60 of the UK
60?
Pinball Chinwag podcast. Thingamajiggy. We welcome you, and we welcome Spencer back. Not got his Polish mug this time.
I know. Where's this one from?
I don't know if there's such a flag as grey and white.
Grey and white. I'm sure somebody will tell us.
That would be pretty boring, I think, really. It would give the impression, if you saw that flag, it would give the impression of a very boring...
You wouldn't be flying any colours, would you? It would just be...
Terrible football kit. Everything would just be terrible. Actually, immediately think of the John Major puppet on Spitting Image.
Yes, yeah, very grey, very boring.
More peas, Norma. So anyway, welcome back to Blighty. You've been in Australia.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I've been in the upside down, as they say. Yeah, it's.
Me too. Was it all? Did it have a UV kit when you got down there? Was it all cobwebby?
Yeah, there was it looked like it was snowing and it was all under UV. It was all a bit strange down there, but no, it was a good little holiday. Good little holiday. I'm obviously still in holiday mode because I've got my holiday shirt on, which is my trademark for when I've been away. But yeah.
So if going across the other side of the planet for weeks on end is a nice little holiday, what's a big holiday, Spence?
Going there for a couple of months, I reckon.
Okay, fair enough. Well, we got a lot to get through. Spencer did some pinballing when he was out there, and he attempted to do some pinballing. Can we clear this up, please? Okay, actually, before we go any further, I can't remember who did it, and I can't remember whether it was on the YouTube comments or whether it was on our Facebook page comments. But somebody wrote something along the lines of, haha, yeah, right, Spencer just accidentally went past a pinball museum and happened to stumble across it in the middle of nowhere. I think they were suggesting it was contrived.
No, not at all, actually.
It might have been Ian. Sorry, Ian, if it was. It might have been Ian.
I've been in Adelaide. I've been hunting around in Adelaide. I met a couple of guys down in Adelaide who were doing some pinball stuff down there. And I thought that was just about it, really. I'll come on to that a little bit later, but yeah, I'm going to try and get them on for a Chinwag. Guy called Rusty. He's down in Adelaide running there. I think it's the South Australian Pinball. I need to find the name of that because I've probably just misquoted myself. But yeah, we were driving from Adelaide up to the Grampians, which is a sort of mountain range, and just driving along this long road about, I don't know, 3/4 of an hour outside Adelaide, and Amy went, "Oh, pinball." And I looked, and I'd gone past it. I looked over my shoulder, and I can see Australian Pinball Museum, and literally anchors, sandbags, parachutes. We were on the clock because we were driving up to a winery. We had wine tasting or something going on that afternoon, so we were on a bit of a schedule. I said, "We've got to go in there." I said, I can't go past this. I said, "I've got to please drop in there." I said, "Can you give me 20 minutes to do a video?" And she went, "Oh, go on then." So literally, right, I said, "Right, you film me," and we just did it. Fortunately, Simon was there. That's Linda. Lyndon runs the place, and Simon's his father. Simon was in there. Lyndon was actually back down in Adelaide, where I'd just come from. But yeah, not contrived at all. Literally had no idea it was there. I was aware there was an Australian Pinball Museum, but when I'd done my search on it, you can imagine Australia's such a big place that, you put in a search for pinball and there's this stuff, oh yeah, that's 300 kilometers away. And you just think, yeah, well, that's not going to happen today, is it? So I found a couple of places local in Adelaide, but I hadn't even twigged that that place would be on our route. So not contrived at all. Not contrived.
No. And to be fair, the one thing that was contrived, which was a trip to see Haggis Pinball, and thank you very much, Steve, for all your help in that as well.
Yeah, very much.
The contrived thing didn't happen actually.
Well, it wasn't even contrived. It was. I ended up in Melbourne, and I say I ended up there. I knew I was going there for a period of time, but whenever we do family holidays, I just leave it up to Amy. she just sorts out all the itinerary.
Spencer's wife is Australian, so we should probably
yeah. So she does the itinerary for holidays. I basically am a passenger for the whole thing. So we ended up in Melbourne. I thought, oh right, okay, we're here for a few days. Well, if we're here for a few days, I'll try and get hold of Haggis Pinball, because Simon down at the Australian Pinball Museum had said, oh yeah, Haggis is our homegrown. And again, I'd never twigged that Haggis Pinball was again going to be anywhere near I was going, or I'll be honest, didn't realise they were Australian.
It sounds like it's in Scotland, doesn't it? Let's be fair.
It does. It does sound like a Scottish interest. But fair play, Haggis Pinball, I had no idea they were in Australia. I had no idea they were in Melbourne. I had no idea I was going there for 4 days. So as soon as I found out and all these things got into place, then it was a case of, right, let's get hold of Haggis Pinball. Let's see if I can go down there and just even go down, say hi and introduce myself and maybe, get a little mini chinwag out of it or a quick 5 minutes around the factory just to see what they're doing and get a feel for what's happening down there. But come hell or high water, couldn't get hold of them. Couldn't get hold of them at all.
Well, more's a shame. I would say maybe next time, but it's not exactly around the corner, is it? So,
well, there will be a next time. I mean, as you say, Amy's Australian, so we go down there, fairly regularly. We're going to be trying to go down there once a year now. So, next November, I'll be doing a little bit more sort of preamble on that one and just trying to schedule something in with Haggis Pinball. Maybe we can get in there. But I did see when I went to the Australian Pinball Museum, if you haven't seen the video, it's you go and check it out. But I actually found one of Haggis Pinballs in there without realizing it was a Haggis Pinball, because it was a Fathom, and they're doing the remake of the Fathom, which is one of my favorite games. I love Fathom because I played that down at Special When Lit. And I did get quite a yearning for Fathom, but I saw it in there and didn't realise that it was a remake. In much the same way as sometimes you can walk past a CGC machine and not realise it's a remake of one of the older classics. But I was focusing on the Hankin machine down there, which is Empire Strikes Back.
On the what machine?
Hankin. I think it's Hankin, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, because you didn't. Somebody is actually in our comments section, which makes it sound really grand, doesn't it? The comments. I like that. In the comments.
Yes. We have our comments section.
We do have a comments section. All I've got to do is just find the comments section, which I'm doing now. So somebody has written. What have they written? This is about the Haggis. It's basically. About the Empire Strikes Back. So Empire Strikes Back is basically the top half of Firepower and the bottom half of Space Invaders. So there you go. That's the set out and the layout of it. So it would be like your shirt and my trousers. If I wore trousers when I recorded the video.
Maybe Tuesday. Yeah, I was about to say. I'm hoping you're actually going to put some on when I come down. But yeah, it was interesting to see. I mean, it really was, like I say, a non-contrived visit, and I had very little time there. I didn't get an opportunity to play anything. I was hoping to, and then Amy was scowling at me and looking at the clock, and it was like, right, okay.
You got to be careful of a scowling Australian in Australia, in a natural
habitat.
It's indigenous to you got to be careful.
Well, she'd done a pretty good job doing the filming, and I did laugh. Actually, she's the best Steadicam that we've got without a Steadicam. There were two guys in there that were staying in the motel because the Australian Pinball Museum is. I said it's out in the middle of nowhere. That's probably not entirely true. I'm sure if you live there, it's home, but I'd just driven for about.
Hold on a second. An Eskimo that lives in an igloo is home at home. Hold on. So
it's still in the middle of nowhere. But everywhere in Australia is a long way from somewhere else, and I'd just been driving for I think it's about an hour outside Adelaide. So as far as I was concerned, it was the middle of nowhere. I'm sure it is actually in the middle of somewhere, but yeah, I didn't want to put anybody's nose out of joint. I realised after I'd said it, it's like actually, yeah, okay. But there were two guys in there there, and they were staying at the motel. And they'd just come down to play pinball. There was an American guy and a guy from Melbourne, and I was very, very aware when I first rocked up. They were right in the front of the museum, and I'm walking around being all sort of loud and oh my god, look at this! And they sort of skulked off to the back room, and I effectively chased them in there, and I was left in this sort of position where I didn't quite know whether to involve. I couldn't ignore them, so I chose to involve them. But I didn't actually spend an awful lot of time in that back room because I didn't want to disturb their playing too much. They were obviously paying to be there, and this idiot comes in from the UK and starts chatting at them. Yeah, I didn't spend a huge amount of time in that back room. I know a couple of people made comments about me ignoring machines. I honestly wasn't ignoring machines. I was just trying not to be a pain in the backside.
Yeah, it is always difficult when you're filming somewhere like that, and because you do feel in the way, don't you? You absolutely do feel that you're you're being an inconvenience. So yeah,
very much so.
Yeah, absolutely. I've had this. I've had it for quite a few years with different things. Now I'm like a bull in a china shop, really. So you go, if you care too much, you don't get a video done. So you did very well.
No, absolutely.
As did Amy. So anyway, that sounds like an excellent trip, my friend. And actually, talking about Australians. Davey has sent us his next Stumbler mod, and that's the UFO mod.
What have we got? Oh, okay, the UFO is here.
The UFO. Now there's so I think I don't actually know. I've opened the box. You know what Davey's wonderful packaging is like. Are you
wearing the packaging now?
No, that video hasn't come out yet. Massive spoiler. Thank you very much. Forget that. Anyway, I can't be bothered to edit that out, by the way. So the box came and it's beautifully packaged, as you'd imagine. And so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to you fitting it on Tuesday.
I'm sure you are. Exactly. I'll bring a full kit of odds and sods to do.
But it turns the pop bumper into the UFO. So this is done.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
This is done in conjunction. So it's all Davey's wonderful electronics and all the lollipop stuff. It's absolutely wonderful. And it's Jazz Boosh, I believe, has made the model, and obviously Jazz Boosh Paul, who made the wonderful Atomic Godzilla as well. So
yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing that in person, because obviously I've seen it on the video, I've seen the photographs. It does look stunning.
It's gorgeous.
It really does look stunning. Gorgeous.
It is. Gorgeous. Yeah. Suits you, sir. It is wonderful, and I think this UFO is really going to set it off as well. I've had some correspondence with my armor chap. As a phrase, I was going to say, there's a phrase you don't hear. You used to hear that phrase a lot more in medieval times. It does sound,
my armourer.
Yeah,
you have an armourer, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. Or they say ye oldie armour chap.
You have an armourer.
So yeah, I've heard back from him, Spencer.
Are they? Is your armour going to be there on Tuesday when I arrive?
No chance. I wish. But anyway, it's probably been dispatched by Raven or something like that, and he's bringing Raven, and so he's probably flying it over one bolt at a time or something like that. So, but he has told me it is nearly finished, which is great. And I'm really looking forward to that. So I might.
So it's not in the post yet. It's not in the post, but it is nearly finished.
It's in the Raven.
Coming by Raven.
Anyway, so that's being ravened over from Germany.
We'll all be raving about it when it turns up.
I like it, mate. I didn't want to crow about it unnecessarily, Spence. You know what I
mean? No. You're like a little magpie, aren't you, for things like that?
That's enough to complete that game, my friend. Anyway, that's enough. No more bird gags. So that's good. So we got the lollipops, the lollipop UFO Stumbler Lovely Jubbly mod. That's not what it's called. If you go searching for the Stumbler Lovely Jubbly mods, you're going to find nothing.
You'd have to have a sort of a Del Boy little yellow van for that, wouldn't you?
Why isn't it? Oh, Only Fools and Horses pinball. Nice. Oh, nice.
Oh,
yeah. The Nag's Head and Trigger's Broom and all sorts.
Oh, that would make a good theme, wouldn't it?
I think, well, a theme tune. Come on, like a bit of that.
That's got legs. That would have character.
That's what I said about Rodney.
Yeah.
You know,
that would be
GCE art pinball.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you could win a holiday to Mallorca for an under-14s competition. There's all sorts of things you could do. Yeah.
That's right. Oh, come on. This is it.
There's so much. Set up your stall, you know. Get lynched by the coppers.
Absolutely. You would have to. Oh, it'd be wonderful. It would be one. I don't think there'd be any. Is there any better? Could there be a better pinball theme than Only Fools and Horses? Just in case. Sorry, we should probably say we do have people who watch us who are over in the States. It's an English sitcom. It's a British sitcom, basically.
It ran for a very long time, very well written, and very, very widely loved in the UK. Go and check it out on YouTube. You're watching this on YouTube. Go and check out Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah, and it was before the days of all of this stuff that you have now. You know, but basically when everybody used to sit down and watch the same thing on a Saturday night, that's what it was before you had all these choices and
scheduled television. Yeah,
it was scheduled television before you had cable TV and all of that sort of stuff. And it was we used to get like 25 million live viewers.
Well, I think the Christmas specials used to get that sort of figures. I think it was regularly sort of doing about between 11 and 16 million viewers on a regular basis. And as I said, the Christmas specials.
A lot of Chinwag Spence, huh?
Yeah. Hey, we've got our stats are increasing. We're heading towards 3,000 subscribers.
We're trying.
We're on the way.
Well, say we're trying, not actually doing it. Not actually
No, we're not. We're just waiting for them to click the button. So if you haven't done it, take this as warning. We want that button clicked. Subscribe and hit the bell as well.
Should we just say we missed the Twippies?
Yeah, I was asleep. I didn't understand how the Twippies worked. Apparently, there's a pre-voting in sort of November where people go onto your Twippy page and say, yeah, we love these people, we want them to be in the shortlist, and then they get put in the shortlist and then they can get voted on. So come next October, November, we'll be pushing the Twippies hard.
Oh, you honestly, you'll hear nothing but. We'll be begging you.
We will be twipped within an inch of our life, sir. Twit.
We will. So, onto more specific pinball talk. So, I've just uploaded a video today with this.
I saw that.
It's got magnets. Actually, the magnets are really strong on it. go and check out the video. Balls and bolts. I've called it the balls and bolts carry case, but it's not mine to call. The lovely jubbly balls and bolts carry case. It is really strong magnets on it, and because it just basically locks together, and that's going to go in my coin box, and I'm going to get one of these for everything. And I'll tell you what I did think about it, actually, because it's something you mentioned yesterday. Not only will it let you know if you've not got all your bolts, I've done that, because Deadpool last year I had to borrow a bolt. Unfortunately, someone had one there. What it'll also do, I figured out, it will remind you to take the balls out of your machine before you pack it up.
I mean, I think, I think it's an incredibly good idea for several reasons, and first of all, being able to tell at a glance that you've got everything, and it's an aid memoir to all of those things that you forget to do. Aid memoir.
Oh,
helps your memory, helps you remember.
I think you might have said that before.
Yeah, helps you remember all of those sort of irritating things that are like taking the balls out of the machine, making sure you got all the head bolts, making sure that because it's sod's law. You take them out and you put them down on the ground with the spanner, and you as you say, you bundle them all up into a bag, and they've been get covered over by something, and you end up turning up on site with only 7 bolts. It's a pain in the backside.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
No, it is great. And I stole this one because Wayne came over. So I sort of rummaged rummaged through his personal belongings and stole one for myself. I'm actually going to get another one. I think I'm going to get a red one for Deadpool as well.
Well, I think there is a little bit of a market for stickers for those, because it would be nice to have a sort of little square sticker with Deadpool artwork on it. Put it on the Deadpool one. Have it in red. Put it on the Deadpool one. You can have one for each machine.
You'd definitely put the Deadpool sticker on the Deadpool one, wouldn't you?
You would, unless you were feeling particularly.
Oh, he's gone rogue. He's gone rogue. He's unpredictable. Oh,
he's just stuffed the whole flaming system up, hasn't he?
Living life on the air, just
he's putting the X-Men equipment on
person.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, absolutely. So that's really cool. We've got a video coming out, which is Wayne's Flipper Cooler fans. I don't mean they're really cool. I mean, what they do is they
are actually pretty cool.
They are cool, but they call your flippers basically, because these Stern games go on forever, and what they do, and he's playing them anyway. These Stern games go on forever, and what they do is that the coil heats up, little fan cools them down, but more direct than the ones that you might have seen that are on the market at the moment. Actually,
yeah. Well, it's the difference is it's not blowing air onto the flipper coil. The flipper coil is in direct contact with a heat sink. So basically it's a little radiator that physically makes contact with the coil that has then got cooling fins on it that the air passes through. So you end up with a much, much, much more efficient cooling system.
And consistent stroke. No, it's not a consistent stroke, is it? Consistent action.
That's my boy.
Action. A regular flip.
Yeah.
Not right, so. Anyway, so
that's great. Benefits,
Collie Wobbles, my mirror, it's fantastic. You can't see it that well.
I love it.
It's beautiful.
I do love it. I have seen it. It is fantastic. Mr. Wobbles of the Collie. He is what a guy.
Yeah, look what he did. See that? Nice.
Oh, he's not done it again, has he?
The thing is, I asked him for a toaster.
It's such a shame. He always gets things muddled up. I've got some plastic bits up at yours from him, haven't I? I need to grab those when I come up on Tuesday.
Excuse me. So the Deadpool challenge.
Yes.
What's the Deadpool challenge? I hear you ask.
What is the Deadpool? Let me start again. What is the Deadpool challenge?
Well, I'm glad you brought it up. The Deadpool challenge is a challenge on the Deadpool pinball machine.
Wow.
and here's how it works. No warm-ups. Nothing, no fluffing, no nothing. Right?
That is a quote. No fluffing, no nothing.
That's the slogan.
No, that is going to be from now on the Deadpool challenge slogan.
No fluffing, no nothing.
Fluffing, no nothing.
No, you step up. No practice game at all. 4 balls, no extra balls, and basically. You've got to post a score, and that score goes on to. Now, there's not actually a physical board, or I may well make one up. And again, we've got to give a lot of love to Steve New here, who is London based on the forum. It was his suggestion. So thanks, Steve. It's going really, really well. We were going to get you over soon to try your own challenge that you invented. And it basically goes onto a board. I guess the board is a virtual board. That's on our Facebook page as well. So we've had. At the moment, Yen is leading on that. So I was 500.
What's the leading score at the moment?
500 odd million.
500 odd million.
Well, yeah, I mean, I could tell you, but the precise.
No. I just wanted a ballpark figure.
And so Wayne popped over, and whilst he crushed the game, not literally, he's not that big.
I was about to say, is it in a little cube about that?
That's right, yeah. But he's killed all the top scores on it. But he's on his game, because this is the thing. There's pressure on. I'm not saying necessarily the pressure got to Wayne, far from it, but there's pressure when you do it on these rules. So. So he's in second place at the moment. So he got 400 odd million behind Yen. So Marcus has also played it. my son Jacob's are going to play it. Obviously, you are going to play it on Tuesday.
I will be lining up to be humiliated on Tuesday.
So and the other thing, we got a couple of other things that we want numerous people to come around and play it. Wayne's actually given me a trophy for it as well, which is really good.
You got the trophy there? Is it to hand?
It's in the kitchen, so it's in no one's hand.
Okay.
It was in my hand earlier, but my hand was in the kitchen and
I was about to say, I'm sure the rest of you was in the kitchen as well.
It's true. It's true. I was just holding it at arm's length. I was in the hallway, but my hand was in the kitchen holding the trophy.
That's nice.
Yeah, and so that's really cool. I love it. I love watching the people do it. It's fantastic. So that's a really cool challenge. So I think we'll run that for 18 months or something. And what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to let people have 2 games, but there has to be a gap. I think at least a month gap. So if you want to come and have a second go on it, you're going to get a chance to. And then what we'll do is we'll change the machine. So then it'll be what.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any harm in that. I mean, it's kind of based on the Top Gear star and a reasonably priced car, and people came back and had another go.
Well, absolutely, and so with in that respect, I think I haven't quite decided. I was chatting it through with Wayne. I need to speak to Phil about it to decide what to do. But I think it might be something that maybe if you've not got a chance to get down here, I don't want that to limit you particularly. So maybe at Pinfest, I'll take it to Pinfest again this year, and can arrange. It's not a major thing. We can arrange for sort of 10 people or something to do it and to get their name up there as well. So that's been really good fun, Spence. I've got to say, really good, really, really good fun. But Yen came round and we had a great time, and same when Wayne came over and played loads and loads of pinball. It was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, lots of fun. And then yesterday I'll probably publish this on Saturday actually. So Thursday. The maths. This is complicated maths.
A couple of days ago,
we got a new pinball machine, and I say we.
We have. I love the royal we. It's very good. Yeah,
no, it is we.
Yeah. So, what have we got, Chris? Are you going to tell them?
I'm glad you brought it up. It's a Getaway High Speed 2, Spencer.
Of course it is. I know that.
Yeah. It's a funky old game, I've got to say.
It's one of those games that it seems to be a staunch favourite with just about everybody you ask. Everybody loves a High Speed 2. I've never heard a bad word said about High Speed 2.
No, but it's more difficult than I thought it would be. Not to hit the shots, the outlane. There's an outlane on the right. Oh, that's a bit naughty. But we got it here. I don't want to say too much about the plans for it, but we do have plans for this.
There are plans afoot, I believe. There are plans, but there's certainly there's a seed of a plan there. But it's not just our plan. We've got to get other people involved with it as well, which I think would be a good thing. Absolutely. So we're pressing ahead with that. But I want to play it for a little bit first. And the idea behind the High Speed 2 was primarily my son, really, because what happened was he really liked Monster Bash, and I didn't. Because there are other pinball machines here, I didn't think too much about it. I thought I could probably get rid of Monster Bash and it'd be fine. He'd just carry on playing pinball. When Monster Bash went, he stopped playing pinball. Oh, wow. So you massively underestimated that one then.
Yeah. And I now realise what it was. He understood the rules and he knew what he had to do. And I think some of these rules are so complicated that particularly a 13-year-old and they play Xbox and play stuff, they switch off with stuff like that, right? And then when Alan kindly lent me World Cup Soccer, which we're going to be doing a bit of filming on, obviously on Tuesday, he got involved again. My son got involved again because he likes football, so he was immediately engaged. And there's a couple of triggers on there, aren't there? Like scoring a goal and things like that, which they're hooks basically. They'll immediately get you interested.
Little pinball moments with a football theme. You can't
for
go
sure.
wrong with them.
No. So you don't even care if you don't understand fully the rules. The first thing you can do, I'm going to score a goal. and then from there it's then up to the software writer to lure you into the remainder of the game, isn't it? So we had a bit of that going.
Child catcher.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure, yeah. He was a scary dude.
He was a scary dude. Anyway, the pinball coder is the equivalent of the child catcher.
Actually, we've got to be careful with that, bearing in mind. Anyway, no, I think I'll just leave it. So I thought, okay, well, this is great. Well, why is this appealing to him? Well, he's a 13-year-old boy. He likes football. What else do 13-year-old boys like? Girls? No. What else do 13-year-old boys like? Cars. Cars is what
and he does love a car, your boy. He does love a car.
He does. So I thought, High Speed 2, the whole thing, and the getaway, and and the changing of the gears and all that. So I thought, okay, this will be really, really good. So keep our eye out for one, and then one came up while you were in Australia while you were sleeping. I said, yeah, we'll have that. I messaged Spencer and said you bought a pinball machine, which was nice, wasn't it?
Which was lovely to wake up to. It's always nice when somebody tells you what you've bought, which is lovely.
Yes, spending your money for. There's no alarm quite like it, is there?
No, it is quite alarming.
That's right. So that's been interesting. I mean, I've got to say, I haven't even played 10 games on it.
I'm looking forward to because I haven't. I'll be honest. I've had a few games on High Speed, but I think I played it at Pinfest, and again, I always say this: when you're at Pinfest, basically you've got a beer in one hand, you just sort of try machines.
Beer in one hand, escort in the other.
Absolutely. And just trying to play pinball at the same time, but you never.
I'm joking, by the way. Just so as you know, that stuff doesn't happen at pinball.
No. I've never had an escort. I've had an Astra, but not an escort. Yeah. But you try quite a few machines at Pinfest. You go around. I've never had to go on that, but you don't really engage with them there. It's a good place to sort of get an initial feel for a machine, and sometimes just to say that you played it, But I never seem to find time to sit down and engage with the machine there.
No. I agree. And I played it once. And I was drunk. Played it once at Pinfest, and that was it. That's all I could tell you about Getaway High Speed 2. Nothing. No. Sorry, I tell a lie. I actually played it in the tournament. It was on the tournament, not last year.
That's right. Yeah.
And I didn't know what I was doing. And funny enough, it was actually David who told me. And he said to me, he gave me a tip. Sorry, I maybe even he said you can let the ball drain at the start and something happens or whatever. Or I think it might be he spotted. No, he told me. He said you didn't change gear then. I didn't know. And see, the thing is, it's telling you. It actually says change gear. But if you're in a noisy environment, you don't know. You're not gonna know. So yeah,
you sat there with it in massively high revs, going
screaming in first gear, which is how I drive anyway. To be honest with you, I don't think anything of it. Not escaping the police, clearly. Nice little video mode on it, Spence.
Is there?
Yeah. Yeah. I've only played it once.
Forward to this,
and I crashed, which is exactly how I drive, as I say. But the flipper buttons, and you move the car. The car's on the road, and the flipper buttons are left and right, and you've got to weave through the traffic.
Okay, well that sounds exactly as you would expect for that game.
Yeah, it's like a crap version of Outrun, basically, but it's a nice little DMD video mode. So that looks really, really good. So we'll have a little game, and then it's going to get, when I wait for you to come, we'll have a little game, make sure my son plays it a little bit, and then it's getting packed down, it's going. But we'll say no more. We were going to do something about DMD video modes, weren't we? I think we were going to have a poll at some point at which machine has got the best DMD video mode. Yes. Don't put it in a week. Right, what you want in the comments. This is what we need to do. This is great. We must do this. This. The best,
because there's some absolute corkers out there.
Yeah, there are. And we don't even know. We don't even know about.
Absolutely. And we could probably do with different categories. LCD, dot matrix, etc.
Do you like the Spittoon one on Champion Pub?
The Spittoon one is pretty good. I mean, I'm two of my favourites actually. Theatre of Magic, because it's virtual pinball, which is just like, and on Fishtails when you shoot in the boats is quite nice. That's good.
Yeah, it is good.
Then you got Black Rose. Black Rose has got some interesting ones. We got knife throwing and swinging from the rigging and all that sort of stuff. There's a huge variation on video modes, and I think we need to conduct either an unofficial league table or gather some opinion on which is the best. Which is the best?
I think we should. I think we go official.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think we just announce ourselves to be the authority on it, and we get everybody else to vote. We'll make it democratic. We get everybody else to vote on it, and it's the official best video mode in the whole of pinball. Fact in capital letters.
Yeah, I think, and I think it should be fact checked at all times. It is going to be the definitive guide.
Yes,
the world guide.
Absolutely. Before I want to talk to you about Champion Pub. Before we do, I should say a massive congratulations to Phil, to Big Phil Pinfest. Basically. Well, he basically, Phil took the plunge. Phil took a risk in as much as we go to Pinfest. he has indeed. But I just wanted to congratulate him on that. He bought himself some armbands and a rubber ring, some nice Speedos, and he went for it. He just dived straight in.
Not so sure, specifically Speedos.
Yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
Well, ever since the S fell off mine and I was banned from the swimming
that's right.
pool, that's the
I was jumping around the pool with a good pair of pedos on. Yeah, you got to be careful. Yeah, absolutely. Out of the way, children. I'm going. I'm sorry. We shouldn't. Anyway,
we've got to be careful saying things like that. We'll get a ban.
It's a bit late now. Anyway, So no swimming was involved at all. And no, what he did was every year we go to the hotel in Daventry, McCure Hotel in Daventry, and it's always shared now. I say we, like I've got anything to bloody do with it, but we'll just go with it, right? So, and when I say we, I mean the pinball community book out a number of rooms, but there's always other people there. But
I think last time, 2 years ago, there was I think it was a BT engineers were staying there. They had some sort of conference there or something, or training was going on, and there's always other people around.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So this was always the case. So I think on this occasion, so for next year, Phil decided. I say that for 2023.
It's this year.
This year, yeah. Phil decided he was going to try and risk it, and he was going to book the whole hotel, which is a hell of a commitment. And that's what I meant by the plunge.
That is a statement of intent.
It is a statement. It is a statement of intent. And to be fair, so much of it's been booked up. They might have to pitch a tent in the little middle area of it, because quite frankly, he's done it. It's all booked up purely with Pinfest people. So I just want to say massive congratulations to Phil. And it's actually
very, very well done.
And to get it done early, because I think what often happens is you get a lot of stragglers near the end who decides sort of mid-August, I might go to Pinfest, I'm going to book a room, and he can't book it. So basically, to actually get so many people booking so early, and this, I think he made the announcement 2 or 3 days ago. So
that's technically
by the end of January, to have all of those booked, and it's going to be, easy to say, but I think it's going to be the best one yet.
I would agree. I mean, having the whole hotel there. I mean, I've organised big events before. I mean, nothing like Pinfest. I mean, we used to do a festival, and it's only I think it's about 800 people. But as you said, tickets were selling right up until the day, till the morning that you opened. It was very stressful. If you can sell your tickets, if you sold that place out this early in the year, then I'm sure that's relieved a lot of pressure. And I think it proves that he was right to take the punt on that. Fair play to him.
But to be fair, Spencer, you did do yourself a disservice. That Speedo convention was always very, very well attended. You've got to do something you're interested in. I always feel when you put on such an event.
Well, If you love what you do, you never have to work a day in your life, do you?
Exactly. That's the mantra, mate. That's the mantra. Yes.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, indeed.
dear.
I'll just tell you something before we talk about Champion Pub. So Collie Wobbles, Colin, who we love dearly. This room is mostly Colin's fine work.
It is.
So Colin did a video for demonstrating how to install the Atomic Godzilla mod, and he was so go and check out Collie Wobble's channel, right? His YouTube channel. He's uploading more all the time. He's the loveliest man you ever meet in your life, right? So he's taking a glass out, right, on one of these pinball machines. Well, Godzilla, funny enough. So he's taking the glass out, and before he does it, he puts on these white gloves.
Like full snooker ref job, yeah?
Yes, not rubber ones that you get for when you go, into customs. Not one of those ones. No.
Or the doctor.
Both. Or the nightclub. Not one of those ones. No. No. Cotton ones, material ones. And he hates. He's pulling the glass out. He says, I hate getting fingerprints on the glass. So he pulls the glass out. Probably a different action. He didn't do that. Don't do that. It was like that. So he's pulling the glass out. It was a really long piece of glass. Right. Gets on hitting himself. So he's pulling the glass out.
You do need help, you know that, don't you?
I know. And I thought, oh, wow, look at those gloves. I like that. And so some of you may have noticed the eagle-eyed amongst you. I
had noticed that there was a pair of white gloves on the video for Wayne's little accoutrement. Oh. You have now got a full set of gloves. Nay. This is the point. This is the point, right? That is actually a point. What you're doing there is a point. This is the point. You're still pointing. I'm very, very excited about these gloves. Okay, so I went on. I saw Colin's video, obviously. Just amazing. Look, see this. Look, I don't even need to do anything. Look, glasses sorted. Oh, look, there you are, sorted. Right. So I thought I'm gonna get me some of them. I'm gonna get me some gloves like Colin's got. And so I put in there material gloves, cotton gloves. I'm on Amazon. I start to restrict the search a bit, narrow it down. Mm-hmm. But you can't. Oh, wow. Okay. So I thought, how expensive are they? Nothing. Well, they're not free, right? And you don't just get one pair of them. No. I've got 100. That's 50 pairs to you. I've got 100 cotton gloves. I'm sticking them in every box. Obviously, coin box, not like every box around the house. I've got up in the loft, just stuffing them in there. How much is a set of gloves? Less than £20. Not per set. For 100 pairs? Something like that, yeah, nothing. 50 pairs? Yeah. I know. So now you're wearing these the whole time? I am. Well, no, I just thought they're nice. They're nice for videos, I thought. And waving at people. Imagine. What you want to do is in traffic, just give it the royal wave. There you go. Dear. See? So there you go. Anyway, tell us about Champion Pub. Well, Champion Pub's been round at the house. Obviously, I've been off in Australia for quite a long time. Loving Champion Pub. Always did like Champion Pub when I played it round at yours. I had a few games at Pinfest, and you sort of talked me through some of the features on it. It's a lovely game. It's very engaging, as a lot of the older Bally Williams machines are. They are my favourites, the older machines. I do like the skipping rope on it. It's got some really nice fun features. And again, I've had people come round that aren't pinheads. Invited. Getting them in is not the issue. It's getting them out that's a trick. Yeah. and they love it. You know, I've had quite a few evenings where we've had, you know, a good few games of Champion Pub, and people seem to pick it up and enjoy it. I mean, basically, you just tell them to hit the guy in the middle with the pinball, and yep, they're on it. Not a problem. It's a good, fun game. I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Well, there you go. I wanted to hear about that. We do love a bit of Champion Pub, so we've been very blessed here. So Munsters is so at the moment the lineup here: Munsters, X-Men, obviously Deadpool, Dolly Parton. We'll talk about that in a second. I'm glad they went for it.
Oh, yeah, because things have happened to Dolly. She's had a bit of a lift, hasn't she?
She certainly has.
She's had some work done.
She has had work done, and obviously Godzilla and World Cup Soccer. Yeah, so Dolly. So X-Men isn't long for the world.
So that'll be. Will it be there when I get there on Tuesday, or is it going before then? Okay, I'll get a last game on X-Men. That'll be nice.
You will. And to be fair, Yen explains a bit to me on it, so I understand more to show you more now. That being said, you got a lot of work to do on Tuesday. I'm not sure there's gonna be any time for that sort of nonsense. Anyway, Dolly Parton. So Dolly Parton has had a new back glass.
Wow.
So the old back glass has gone now. It's had a full. She's had a full wax. You'll be pleased to know. Has been really buffed up, and
I'm sure she has been.
Has been LED'd. Oh, I've got to tell you this. So she's been LED'd. It's looking absolutely resplendent. I wasn't sure about the LEDs, but now I am. I think, you know, it looks really.
When did it dawn on you that LEDs were the future?
No. I know LEDs are the future, but I wasn't sure if they would look. I don't think they always look better on some of the older games. However,
I think they used to be, when the LEDs first came out a good few years ago, they were quite clunky, but now there's a whole lot of LEDs that look aesthetically like traditional bulbs, and they're a lot better. They're a lot kinder to some of the older playfields. They do sit in there a lot easier on the eye, I think.
Yeah, well, So anyway, it looks great. It looks great. I needn't have been worried, and it was had a little service, little tweak here and there. If you find the expression. So I was really happy with that, and I just want to and a massive thanks to Keith as well. And if you don't know Keith is New Forest Pinball. Now, not only does Keith do restorations and all manner of wonderful things, and I will be making a video on that before it goes. I'll be making a video on that, showing you what that machine looked like before Keith got it. But also, it's worth noting that if you need any maintenance done, if you need any your machine servicing, if you need whatever, you just need someone to come around and fix a problem that you might have with your game, and you're down, you're in the south of England, do contact New Forest Pinball. Keith will do site visits, out calls. What's the word I'm looking for?
Call outs.
That's the one. He'll do that. Thanks, mate. I know. So yeah, go and visit. Go and give him a look. A great guy, lovely guy, really knows his stuff as well.
He does. I mean, I've
thoughts on games, and I'll just give him a.
Yeah, I've known Keith for a little while now, and he did an amazing job on theatre before that went. He did a lovely job on it. Lovely job. He's always stacked out with work down there, but he's always got time for people, it seems.
Well, I think I understood this more. Yes, he's got his workshop stuff. So if you need, you get your cabinet done, or a full refurb, or a full shop of your game, fine. But he also does call out days.
A bit of roving repairing. There you go.
Oh, the roving. They don't call him the roving repairer for nothing.
They don't actually call him that.
They don't search for that. No. You won't find him. It's New Forest Pinball. It's definitely New Forest Pinball. Yeah, so Dolly's been is great, and so many people just play that and want to play that.
I'm actually really looking forward to a game on Dolly.
It's so addictive, Spence. It's addictive.
It's a great game.
Everyone that comes around wants to play that, and when it goes, I'll miss it. There's no doubt about it. It's it's definitely given me an appreciation for those older games to such an extent. I want to find out more. I want to play more of them now.
we need to get some more of them in the man cave and get some quality time with them, because I am a big fan of them, a big fan of them.
Well, Keith has offered me. He said when that goes, he's offered to lend me another one, which is nice. I don't want to say the name because I might get it wrong, and I'm not sure. Matt, it's another guy I want to just praise as well, if I may, is Matt Vince, London Pinball, and again, let's just give Matt a little plug as well here, because again, if you're looking to hire a pinball machine, not just on location, not just if you've got a bar or somewhere like that, if you want to hire a pinball machine just to have in your house for a little while and maybe work out whether you got the bug or not, whether you want it, then get in touch with London Pinball. Great guy, lovely family. And so Matt said to give him a shout when I want to borrow another one here. So I'm truly blessed with it, really, Spence.
Lovely. Absolutely lovely.
And Jane over Alan's obviously as well, and John, you've got John's Champion Pub.
Yeah, I've got John's Champion Pub at the moment. We are so blessed with so many kind people lending us games to review and to appraise and to be able to do some of the things that we do. The games of doubles and all that sort of stuff. It's absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely.
It is. It might be good. Be good to get another one of our double series on for High Speed Tour. We'll get that out. We'll definitely get that video out really quickly. We've got you're coming to collect some files from me, aren't you, as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna. We've got a bit of a backlog of editing, so I'll take some of that off. I'll take some of the pressure off you on the editing and see if we can get some of these to see the light of day.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm very soon I'm planning a trip up to see Dave. Dave of Big Bang Bar fame.
Oh, when are you going up there?
Well, soon. Just need to sort out the diary. As ASAP basically, and it's to go and film James Bond.
Well, if it's a possibility, give me a shout and I'll come along for the ride.
He asked. Sorry, mate. He offered. So I probably.
That's brilliant. Right, I'm there in that case. Thank you very much. That's wonderful.
He did, but you'll be doing me a favour as well, because the van is. Oh, mate. Honestly, that van has been to the mechanics 3 times. They still haven't fixed it. Basically, the transmission fluid is. It's from the power steering. It keeps going. I keep having to top it up all the time, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. It's been in 3 times. I think they need to replace the hoses on it. But honestly, anyway, whatever. So I don't want to drive it that much at the moment. So
fair play. What we'll do is we'll take the Batmobile up there.
Lovely. Yeah, that'd be good. Okay, well, there you go, Dave. We'll get on that.
We'll talk about this off air. We'll talk about this off.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's really cool. So go and see James Bond.
Looking forward to that. Good. I'm still waiting. If anybody has any news about Cactus Canyon, stick something in the comments below. I'd appreciate any information we've got about when they're turning up, or whether they've been shipped yet, or quite what's going on. It's I couldn't. No, it's been a long time. It's been over a year now.
Such a shame. It is a shame. It's not just there. It's anyone. I do feel there's a real opportunity there at the moment for someone else to grab a real section of the market. But I think supply is difficult for anyone at the moment. Speaking of which. Scooby-Doo. We like the look of Scooby-Doo, don't we?
I really want to find a Scooby-Doo. I'm tempted to buy a Scooby-Doo if there's still a possibility to do it. I don't really know.
Yeah, I think there's a waiting list. No, not a waiting list. I think there is I think the difference is Scooby-Doo have been quite upfront, not Spooky Pinball, sorry, have been quite upfront and said this won't be out. It might even be next year, Spencer. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know any of this information, to be perfectly honest with you.
But I love the look of. I love what's going on with that Scooby-Doo. I think it looks a great game.
Isn't it just
really good game?
Yeah,
appeals to me on many levels. Many levels.
Well, you like dogs and camper vans, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. And eating dog biscuits.
Yeah, and a Scooby snack.
Yeah,
I was about to say, and meddling kids, but that's not right, is it? No, we won't do that.
Not after the Speedo conversation earlier.
No, we won't do that.
No. Anyway, and the pinball designer who skillfully didn't mention.
Yeah, we're not allowed to talk about that, are we?
No, we definitely don't talk about that at all. That's why we don't go in for that Twippy Awards. Anyway,
bizarre.
It is bizarre. Well, I think that might be a wrap.
That's a little roundup of what's been happening. Like I say, it's been a little bit quiet because I've been away. Obviously, I've been doing what I can while I've been away. But I did actually find an Addams Family in a bar in Adelaide, which was again another chance find. It was an Addams Family limited edition as well. Gold edition, that was it. Gold edition.
Right.
Yeah, it was a gold edition.
Yes,
that was quite nice to find. Again, no time to play it. In fact, I didn't have any change. It's really weird because
that old one. I've been hearing that for years.
It's funny these days because you use plastic so much. I've noticed this that if you find a pinball machine, sometimes I don't carry change anymore.
No,
I don't have change on me. Which means you've then got to go off on some mission. You've got to find a shop somewhere or find a cash point, get some cash out, go to a shop, buy something to get some change. And it turns out to be such a palaver, it never really happens.
Exactly. What you said there is exactly what I say to the children when they ask for food.
Those poor starving kids.
Poor starving. I am starving. I fancy a Chinese. I fancy
okay. Don't say that. You're going to make me want a Chinese.
What's
as well.
your Chinese? What's your you're having a Chinese tonight. What are you having? What do you order?
Be sweet and sour chicken Hong Kong style. Definitely have some Singapore fried noodles. Probably some egg fried rice.
Oh.
Or some beef and black bean sauce would be nice. Oh.
Yeah, I think I can have a Chinese. I'm going to have a Chinese tonight. What are you having tonight?
Well, I don't know yet. I have to go and speak to the management, but it might be a Chinese at this rate. You've got the little cogs turning in there. I'll tell you what. We'll have to do something when I come up next Tuesday. We'll get a takeaway next Tuesday as well.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let me know if you watch this video and you have a Chinese. Forget all the pinball stuff. I want to know if you have a Chinese after watching this.
Yeah. Do we trigger you to have a Chinese tonight?
That'd be interesting.
Are you watching this and thinking, actually, do you know what? Some crispy duck. Oh. Sweet and sour pork balls.
Remember the old frisky charismatic duck?
Yeah, the frisky. Chris used to have a pet duck called Rodney. He used to live in the garden, and he was when I lived there as well. I wasn't allowed to order duck from the Chinese, so I used to order special chicken. But Rodney was known as a frisky charismatic duck. Because he had bags of character and he was very frisky.
Spencer, when he was a chick, not Spencer, he's had the chain. When Rod, you can't say that now, can you? You can't say that.
No, you're not allowed to.
You can't say that.
I'm allowed to identify as whoever I like. Yeah.
You absolutely are quite right. I would wholeheartedly agree, my love. Now, but when Rodney was just a chick, Spencer trod on him, and he never forgot it. Do you remember? He'd sort of shake. He'd do this lunge, and he's had this long neck. He was an Aylesbury duck, and he sort of lunge at Spencer. He never. It
was not far short of the size of a goose. He was the full Aylesbury duck, and if anybody knows the breed of Aylesbury duck, they're huge. They are one size down from a goose and not far down from a goose either. And the other thing that I did used to wind him up with head bobbing.
You did, yeah.
Anybody that knows ducks, if you do this to a duck, it really winds them up.
Yeah, and they start doing it. I think it's like
it's territorial,
like a rutting stag thing. Yeah.
It used to really wind him up. He used to think that I was sent by the devil to torment him.
It's true. It's all true.
Oh, dear.
Happy days. Happy days.
Yeah, absolutely. Poor old Rodney.
Right. Okay. Well, listen, we're going to leave it there. Thank you for joining us on episode 60 of our Chinwag.
I can't believe we've done 60 of these. 60
slacking.
episodes.
Slacking.
Good Lord.
Not going away, are we? That's the thing. Sorry.
Well, I've just come back, so I'm not going away for
No. We're on it now. Spencer's been away. I've had a really busy January, and now we've got lots of videos coming. So really looking forward to it. Thank you to everybody we've already mentioned in the show. Spencer, thank you, my friend.
No worries. Always a pleasure to come on here and have a chat, chew the cud, find out what's been happening. It's been nice to catch up, actually.
Absolutely. Alan Budd, let's get you on soon, mate. Let's get you on soon. Let's get you on next. Let's just do it. And thanks for tuning in. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to everyone says that, don't they? Like and subscribe.
They do, but actually do it. You know that just go and do it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, just as a quick side before we go, I do want to get the Australian Pinball Museum on here as well for Chinwag. I'd like to get Lyndon on. I know his dad won't come on because his dad down there froze with fright when I at the prospect of pointing the camera at him. But we'll try and get Australian Pinball on. That'll be another thing. Yeah,
sounds good. I don't know. I'd like to get on Alan Budd. That's what I'd like to get on. There we go.
You do
right.
That.
I bloody will. Thank you very much. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.